welcome. Check in a little early because I know some of you got locked out last time and maybe I'll get thrown off and have to go open the door down there. So clicking in here is I think some of you are presenting this month, actually, doing your group. So awesome. Make sure to be caught up on any of the first assignments like the big group observation and then the paper that goes along with it, the questions at the end of the syllabus. And then also make sure there are all of the discussions. They're every 7 to 10 days. I put some up, so getting caught up on those. And then today I'm just covering chapter 8, like if you are doing a specialty group or creativity. And some of you might. Really the one that you have as an example kind of is. So moving on this one, here is the first bit from Jen.
And welcome to our lecture on specialty groups and creativity in groups as part of our group skills and substance abuse counseling course. As we look at the objectives for the week, as always, I want to remind you to review the chapter for this week prior to viewing the lecture, as the lecture is intended to supplement your reading. By the end of the week, you should be able to identify the ways in which specialty groups provide assistance to specific populations and the role of creativity in delivering these services.
So there's a few different specialty groups. I wanted to get into a few of them here. And this may be helpful to some of you because you may want to go in with one of the groups being new mothers, also military veterans, and then unemployment. So they vary in form and purpose, and you get creative. So when you facilitate these, you're the social worker in charge. You will be the one deemed with getting creative in this.
Specialty groups are groups that focus on one particular population or problem, which may include groups for military veterans, new mothers, or those who experience unemployment. These specific groups demand a wealth of knowledge and expertise from their leaders and vary greatly in terms of type and purpose. Some specialty groups may be open and psychoeducational in nature, while others are closed and psychotherapeutic. As we think about different kinds of specialty groups, I encourage you to keep in mind two things. One is that there are many, many specialty groups out there beyond the ones that we will talk about here today. The other thing to keep in mind that we will circle back to in this lecture is the role of creativity in group work. In our next lecture, we'll discuss some structured approaches to group work, but I think the Gladding text makes a fair point that creativity in the group context has the potential to facilitate growth, development, and achievement in members. As I mentioned, we'll come back to this idea in a few slides.
So some of you I know may be doing your internship with some of this, and others may be considering starting your own agency, especially the one with, like, say, possibly new mothers. I know the domestic violence shelter is a big agency in Xenia where they do some group work. And as mentioned, they can be different types. They could be therapeutic. They could also be a mental health group, and sometimes just a support group. So something to consider there.
For now, though, let's look more closely at some different kinds of specialty groups. My guess is that as we look over some of these different groups, you'll be more interested in some than others, and there may be groups that don't pique your interest at all. Even if you are not interested in leading a group like this in the future, it can be very helpful to be familiar with the range and variety of groups that are available, as they are a valuable referral resource for your clients. Groups for the unemployed may provide resources for learning, increased accountability, networking, emotional support, and increased self-awareness. Research has shown that participants of so-called job clubs enjoy lower levels of frustration with search process, used a wider variety of services, and spent more time on job search activities. Groups for the unemployed, like many kinds of groups, can minimize a sense of isolation and alleviate interpersonal stress and conflict. Groups for military personnel and their families help provide support for a population who have been shown to suffer from a great deal of trauma and stress, regardless of whether or not they have seen actual combat. These groups may be psychoeducational in nature to help with transitions or teach coping skills, or they may be geared more towards emotional processing in the here and now through counseling groups. Regardless of the type, these groups benefit from the same environment and emotional support, from the safe environment and emotional support that groups can offer. Other specialty groups include those for new mothers or those experiencing issues with anger and aggression. Telephone groups have become popular as options for those living in rural areas, as well as caregivers or older adults who are unable to travel to group meetings. Telephone groups have been shown to have the potential to provide information, support, and coping skills to caregivers. Trauma stress groups can help members acquire new coping skills and attitudes, increase the ability to advocate for peers, improve interpersonal relationships, and positive impacts on resiliency. Groups are also geared towards a variety of disabilities, which, like all groups, require screening to ensure that the members are appropriate for the agreed upon purposes and goals. Parents of students with learning disabilities, for instance, have been shown to gain a greater sense of control and reduced stress level through group counseling. Prevention groups may help people avoid potential problems, and achievement groups promote academic achievement for adolescents through psychoeducational techniques. Both prevention and achievement groups, you will notice, target specific populations and both promote health and wellness rather than addressing an existing concern.
So as you see, some of these specialty groups, they do different things that can be helpful to a variety of folks. Some like autism support group, the one for disabled persons, and those who experience trauma. We ran a trauma group at Lighthouse Youth Services, and that was important to a lot of families that had experienced that. And then also many of the unemployed groups can be good as they can help each other with leads on where to get jobs. And as you heard in here, the telephone group, the idea of telephone groups is kind of now what we do currently in live time on these videos and what we do with class. And even more cool is, I don't know if it did that in the past, is like it can be on YouTube Live, and it can also be with folks that are electronic. How's it going? How are you?
Good, how you doing?
I'm good. I was just kind of cruising through PowerPoint of Chapter 8. So how's your semester so far?
It's okay.
Yeah?
That's all right.
What are all the classes you're taking?
I thought I told you. Journalist practice. 1, 2, I got public speaking. I don't know.
What's the hardest one out of all of those so
Public
far?
speaking.
Is it? As they like make you get up in front of everybody?
Yes, and we have a speech like every week.
Really? You have to film it? Or is it
whatever.
in person?
I have a little in person and I have some on Zoom. So
Oh,
I
okay.
can pick.
Okay, that's kind of nice. Now, I remember you telling me, I'm just curious how they've gone with, throughout the semester. And then who teaches practice 1? Is that?
That's Alan.
Is Dr. Allen teaching it?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I thought we had an adjunct. Maybe she's teaching a lot of classes, though.
Yeah, and she was my advisor, but not anymore.
Yeah, who's your advisor now?
I don't know her name. I just know her.
Oh, okay. Is it Genevieve?
Possibly.
Genevieve Ritchie? Because she's taken on a few social work. What year do you graduate again?
The junior. I graduated.
Okay, cool. All right, so you'll be doing like internship, and then I can't believe it's already March. That's what's blowing my mind.
What am I supposed to start doing with the internships and stuff?
So Dr. Allen's in charge of that right now. She's like our field director. So do you have her in class, like where you could ask a live question, or does she is it just a Zoom class?
Yeah, so
And does she do them on Tuesdays or Wednesdays?
it's I have her Mondays and Wednesdays.
Oh, okay. So she has 2 nights a week?
Yeah.
What time is that class?
4.
Oh, okay. So you would ask her, if you graduate next year, you're going to want to do internship either next semester if they offer it, or you're going to have to do it the final semester because it's 12 credit hours. And then you want to make sure you have like 91 at the end of the semester. That way you only have to take 15 and 15 to graduate. If you have less than that, it's okay, but then you have to take 18 and 18 to graduate.
Yeah, we talked about that. I think I'm gonna have to do 18.
Okay. All right. Which is, I had to do 6 semesters of 18. So,
No, I think she said actually 16 and 18.
okay. It's not bad. I was just kind of getting into, this is specialty groups and preparing you guys for when you lead your group. I forget which date you picked now too. Is everybody picked a
I
date?
think April 3rd.
Okay. Believe it or not, it's only 4 weeks away then. So, and then did you pick a date out of the girls circle, a week that you wanted to do? Like, was it, or are you doing your own like mental health group? Because some people are doing their own, they find online, or you can pick the curriculum from.
Right. So I wanted to ask about that.
Mhm.
So am I presenting that
Mm-hmm.
in class?
You're going to lead the group, unless if you want to film it online.
Okay, so I wanted to just like, once you said something about looking up an AA.
So that's the first major assignment. You observe an AA meeting, and that is this one. So like the first week is this group assignment, observing the meeting, Al-Anon or AA. And we even had the address in because, some of the places people chose last semester, like there was a Miami Valley Hospital AA meeting. That one's more in Dayton if you're in Dayton. So
there's one I could just join online, isn't that what you said?
yeah, there's Zoom meetings. So you would just go to like aa.org and then observe that meeting, and then you answer the questionnaire that we have. So it's at the end of the syllabus, and it's also here. So it's like name of the group, purpose, all that. So that's the first major assignment.
Okay, so the one that I present.
Then that's the second major assignment. And then you're doing your discussions every week. So make sure I can open those up for you. So you picked a date, and then leading the group is going to be right here. So after picking a date, classmates decide in a group you would like to role play. This could be any type of treatment group, anger management, children's social skills group. I gave you guys examples of the girls circle, which I could show you guys. That tells you exactly how to do it from start to finish. All you have to do is follow the instructions. So I made it a little easy for you guys. Develop roles for the other members of the class. So you have participants. If you want to bring participants or friends or anything, that's possible. If it's just us, we'll figure it out and wing it, but just like running it. Then you'll have your written agenda for the group meeting. Second page for some additional resources or references, like if people are looking to lead a group. And then like a handout for, what you're going over. And so what I gave you guys for leading that is this girls circle manual, which is, if you go into the folders, it's actually in the top folder. I guess I haven't tossed it into here yet. So like if you like having it already organized for you so you don't have to think too much about it, you would go into this girls circle facilitator manual. So it tells you how to lead the whole group and then every week of the group. And because you guys will do these in your internship.
Am I supposed to be seeing what you're doing?
Is it still?
Yeah, it's still on specialty groups.
Okay, let's see if I can get it. I wonder why it's doing that. Let me close that out so I can finish that next week. All right. So did I answer your first question though?
Yes,
I did
you
think,
did.
okay. I did think you were looking at it, but it was, so yeah, I was reading it off of this, but then to find if you don't have a mental health group, you want to run on your own, like a support group, a depression group, addictions group, This one is the Girls Circle Facilitator Manual. So this teaches you how to run groups from week 1 until week 10. I think we actually all picked one from here. So Relationship with Peers curriculum, you can download it. These things are like $100 books. So save it and use it later. And this one tells you basically how to run the group. I'll kind of cruise through a bit of these if I can, because it has, starting at week 1, it'll have the Girls Circle format. You may or may not remember me going over this already, but it has you'll have an opening ritual. So begin the circle with an opening ritual that marks, okay. Then the theme introduction, then the check-in, activity, and it'll tell you, this is a 100-page manual, so it has 10 pages on every week, and you just have to pick one week to lead, which you could pick connecting with each other, labels, exploring new perspective, expressing myself, accepting all different parts of myself, cultivating respect, giving voice to feelings.
Yeah, I remember romantic relationships.
Right. That's like a favorite one, and so is girl fights or girlfriends.
So what am I demonstrating though? Like, what are we acting out?
So you'll go then into here, and if you living on campus?
Yes, I am.
So if you want to bring people, last semester people brought like 2 or 3 friends and just role played.
If there were more people here, maybe, but I don't really have anyone to bring.
And that's fine. So, maybe even if you need to act as though someone is here, say you're doing week 1, and here's where you would start, and maybe you'll have note cards to remind you, but like you'll choose an opening ritual to mark the beginning of the Girls Circle. They give you examples too. You can choose the same opening ritual at the beginning of each group for the next 8 weeks. The ritual invites participants to examples: lighting a candle, ringing a bell, having each participant say a word about how they're feeling, like highs and lows. Moment of silence, music, sharing a special reading, etc. Because this is kind of getting you guys ready for even your internship. So they may ask you to lead a group in your internship. They may ask you to lead one in your practice for sure. So then the next part, you're going to introduce the theme. So you'd say like, this week's theme is connecting with each other. The theme introduction process is the basic circle format, means just that, introducing the name and the purpose of the group. This gives you basic overviews of the session. And so this one is week 1. And you may have, giving these paragraphs of examples. Sometimes in society, girls' relationships are strained, like backstabbing, competition, judgment, fighting. The Girls Circle aims to develop true relationships and friendships, and to learn to relate each other in a healthy, honest way, to support each other through life experiences. Girls often place more significance on their relationship with boys or men than on relationships with girls or women, but love relationships can come and go. And for this reason, it's important to develop female relationships that offer longer lasting friendships that can support us through good and difficult times. Purpose of Girls Circle. So if you did week 1, I forget which week you said. I don't want to do the week that you're doing, because then you would present it to us. So that was just intro stuff. Here's where they actually tell you what to do. So you'll have an icebreaker. Choose a short icebreaker like the name game from the icebreaker section. That's probably at the back of the book. So girls can quickly introduce each other, encourage an open discussion. Why it's important: as given the purpose and reason for having Girls Circle, what type of guidelines can we create to make this possible? How can we create safety in the group? How do we want to treat each other in this group? So you're making the rules in the first week. How do we not want to treat each other, like with disrespect? What guidelines should we create to promote honesty and respect? And then place a flip chart in the middle. So you'll have people even like write up some of the rules, like when you're leading these at an agency. Do you know what type of agency you want to work at? Like say there's juvenile court, there's a domestic violence shelter for women in Xenia, there's
Yeah, I did want to do prison, but I don't know.
Yeah. That's probably a possibility. You could work at the juvenile detention center even too.
Right.
You know, if they have, ask Dr. Allen if they have a social worker there. So you'll help them brainstorm guidelines, offer all the ideas that are written down. Important to discuss confidentiality. So that's in all groups. Important in the group and the situations that cannot stay confidential, like things facilitators are mandated to report. Like if a girl broke another girl's confidentiality, is what they're saying. So then you got your guideline poster complete, having them hang it and review it. Here's the check-in then. Go around, and you could do this on yours. Do the check-in, introduce yourself. Check-in is a time for the girls to check in with the girls circle and express whatever they wish. However, the first time a group meets, it's easier to give them a topic to check in about. So like one thing you hope to get out of the group, or one thing they feel about the topic of relationships. And then the beads game is one that they do on the first week. So, and they give you, I mean, they even give you like questions to ask and how to say it. So like seriously, it details it pretty solidly, you know, and you'll get an idea. Like you don't have to follow this script. Like if, as you roll through it, you'll know what you want to go through, and then you'll be grateful that you learn how to do it now. As I don't think I got an experience of even trying to lead a group until I was on the job, and they're like, all right, now watch this person today and you're going to lead this group tomorrow. And I was like, oh crap. I did it, but I wish I had practiced once in graduate school. You know, did you want to go on to graduate school? You don't have to. For 5 years, you qualify for advanced standing, so you can wait as long as 5 years. Another good Dr. Allen question.
So is there a paper that goes with this assignment or no? Just a presentation?
You are just leading this group. That's it. I mean, yeah, you could do it as a PowerPoint if you want that as your note cards to like help you click through. Like next you're going to do the bead game, and next you're going to talk about rules that we want to do for the group, and then confidentiality. And now we'll do a check-in. What are your highs and lows of the week? Like you could have a PowerPoint if you want.
So will there be more people coming in?
Maybe, but some are just filming it with their phone onto their computer.
Right, I can do that, but I don't have anyone else to like. I mean.
So if you come in, you at least got me. I would be your audience.
Right.
Or you can put out like an APB, put out a message like, hey, everybody, when we're leading our groups, can we please have some people start showing up? It's like, I think people are lifting the mandates. Like they're starting to end the mask mandate in Texas and even in Florida. So we could at least come in as masks with masks, you know. It's crazy. So yeah, I mean, we could always like ask people, is maybe they would want people here too when they're leading theirs, unless if they have a bunch they're bringing from their dorm like they did twice last semester. That was kind of cool though. It was nice to like let other people see the social work.
Okay. So how long do I have to turn in my first big assignment?
So it really was. I can open it back up for you.
Is it locked?
Yeah. It really was due on probably, let's see here. It's like February 6th. It's not even been a month, right? That's not that bad. I can open it back up. I mean.
Okay. That may not be Dr. Allen. General. That may be Nikita Jackson.
Oh, okay, right. I think I remember that now.
And Dr. Allen may be my human.
HBSC 2. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's right. So.
And then public.
So 12 hours?
Yeah.
Okay. Gosh, does it ever make you want to do like a second session class. Like you could do 3 hours right now. They start next week and then you get 3 hours out of the way.
Yeah, like I wish I would have done more. I don't know why I did. I don't know why I chose 12.
Sometimes we don't know totally. And
Yeah.
do you know how many hours you have in total? I guess you're saying if you need to do 18 and 16, you must have something close to
So like 80.
86.
Once I finish around 80 something.
87. Yeah, this semester. Okay. You could do a summer class, but then you got to pay for it.
Yeah. So I told her I may do a summer class so I don't be stressed out.
Right. Well, field is 12 hours.
Really?
Yeah.
Like all together?
It's 12 and then there's a 2 hour class. So it's 14 hours.
But that must be hard.
Well, it's because you're at an agency 30 hours a week.
I don't know.
Everybody does it. You'll do
Really?
you'll do fine. Yeah, that's how we become social workers. It's the only way to become a social worker.
Right.
And they know that you need training. That's why you're there. That's why.
When do I have to do field?
Um,
Do it now or I can do it next year?
it would be next year.
Oh, right. Okay.
Yeah. Did you think it was going to be like right now?
I don't know.
Some people, I think they do it fall and spring sometimes. So they got both semesters.
So if I was to not pass field, what would happen?
I don't meet many people that don't pass field.
Really?
Yeah. Because they know that you know nothing. They're there to train you. If you suck and don't show up and are a bad employee, that's how you fail. Like if you just ghost,
Right.
that's the only way to fail. If you broke somebody's confidentiality, did something unethical, you know what I mean? So if you're generally a good person and suit up and show up, you're going to be okay. You will be fine. It's scary. I hated doing it too. I mean, I didn't want to do it at all. That's how you become a social.
So what all do you do? You lead groups and stuff?
It depends. Some fields are more laid back and the students get annoyed. They just have you watch the whole time. Some people like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But some are interactive, no, we're going to put you in charge of crap. And so you can ask about which one is more interactive or less interactive. It's up to you.
Okay. She didn't say anything about that though.
About field?
Yeah.
Dr. Allen?
No, it wasn't Dr. Allen.
Ebony?
Dr. Allen isn't my advisor anymore. Yeah, the new lady that I have. She didn't say anything about that.
About field?
Yeah.
That's funny, is I wonder if that's why Dr. Allen says, all right, no matter what you do, you got to tell students as soon as you can an intro about field class, an intro to social work. I'm like,
yeah, because she didn't say anything about it.
I always talk about it because it's a big deal. Field is what sets us apart from the other. We get a license. We get a license to practice.
Right. Well, I think I have it all together now.
Right. It is. It's tricky. You'll be fine. It is. It sounds stressful, but you just got to show up. You just got to, have you had a job before? Have you worked at a lot of places?
I had 2 jobs before.
Okay. Were you able to show up and
Yes.
and show up on time?
Yeah.
And take direction?
Yeah.
Then that's all you have to do. If you can, if you're not good at that, then how's it going? What other questions do you have about the field and the? That's one I wanted to do. They could be questions other students have, and maybe if they watch the YouTube, you'll ask their questions and have answered for them. How is your if you can get close to a 3.0, you qualify for advanced standing too.
Oh, really?
Yep.
I haven't had a 3.0 probably since freshman year.
It's just crashed dramatically, you're saying?
No, it didn't go dramatically. So it's probably like a 2.8.
Okay, so you're like right there, and you still have 18 hours left twice.
Yeah.
And yeah,
But maybe not twice though. She said 16 and 18.
okay. And you could bring it up, and then it's
I never really failed my classes. I haven't failed my classes since I've been here. I may have dropped a class.
right, which you're allowed to do. I mean, we all do that. So, I'm trying to find something else. We don't get a spring break this year. That's so depressing. But I put the spring break discussion on the first day of spring.
Yeah, but I'm still taking mine.
Good. We all need a mental health day, no matter what. So yeah, you picked April, and then the last major assignment is creating your own group. So creating a group proposal or a grant proposal for future agency you would like to work for. So that's like our final in this class.
April 30th? That's kind of early.
Yeah.
When?
I mean, I'll probably again extend it, but we finish the first week of May. I like people to have their chance to be done with everything,
Yeah.
so you're not stressed about all the other exams at the same time.
So when do we get out of school?
Probably May 6th, I think. I don't know, but
It's usually next year.
so I'm trying to make it so you guys don't have them all at the same time.
Yeah, that's not bad.
And enough forewarning that right now you still even have like 7 weeks to be working on it. It could be the group that you lead, you're going to implement that into a paper and you just cite that in Girl Circle and you combine assignments with, be intelligent about it. Like I would like to work at an agency with girls at the juvenile detention center leading the Girl Circle. Here, that whole manual tells you everything that you need to do. I didn't know they sprayed the whole building.
Yeah, they do that to our dorms.
What is the spray though? Is it like
Maybe it's like maybe it's like not hand, maybe it's like Lysol.
are we allowed to inhale it?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I hear them spraying it outside the dorms.
Interesting. So yeah, there's only 3 major assignments in this class, but it is kind of a fundamental class for you guys, like to know. I have a friend who works at an agency, and that's all he does is lead groups. That's the only thing he does every Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 7:30. And with a master's degree, you get like 30-some thousand with the bachelor's. With a master's, you get like 40, 50,000 a year. And he leads groups. That's it. So I think that's a good deal.
Yeah.
But so AA1, I want to show you how to access it just so you can get this done. These are all important to be passed in the class. AA.org. And then they have some online meetings, like probably search like. And the only parameter is you want to make sure it's an open meeting, which means it's open to members of the public. Anybody can attend. If it's a closed AA meeting, it is only open for alcoholics. So, interesting. Actually, sometimes it's better just to search like the actual internet with it. You know what I mean? Like online AA open Zoom meeting. If I write it correctly. And some folks, here we go. And they're like 24 hours a day. They're all over the place. Every city had them. What'd you say?
I said, okay, good.
So yeah, you can pick like any, well, look, here's some here that created sites for new meetings, meeting schedule here, or click below. Is there a day that would be easiest for you to do it?
I like Fridays.
Yeah. See if there's like something you can get it done before 5 p.m. What? Does it think it's like pornography or something? Category adults. Interesting. Maybe that's why they think it's. So anyway, I guess the school is blocking it, but this seems to kind of show you. Is it going to block me again? But I was able to just do a simple search and find a lot. It's probably because they put the category as adult. They think it's bad website. And that's just like one city. So there's tons all over, and I was able to search them. If you have trouble finding one, let me know. Actually, I know one that's I don't know if that one's open or not because another student went to it. That might be set up better because they're actually 12-step online. Or you can go to one in person. Like, do you prefer to go to something in person? Okay. Proof of attendance. Huh. I didn't even know they had that. Interesting. Oh, so you got to like sign up. What? Nuh-uh. No. I am reporting this website. They should not. I'm sorry. Because this is like an open, But here we go. Here's a calendar. I'm still pissed about it. I want to find a way. Let me send this to my Mac. That's some bull crap. Shoot, I don't know how to send it. Anyway. I'm going to take a picture of it.
Maybe you could copy the link.
I know. I'm so bad with computers. I'm better on my Mac. This is my school computer. But anyway, here's like, say, for example, today, here's all the March 4th. You said Friday. That's tomorrow. They have night owls at midnight. They got early birds. They got a 10 a.m. brunch time group. Let's see if these clicks work. I still can't believe that proof of attendance. That's stupid. Does it like pop up Zoom or something? Or they try to charge me first?
Yeah, I think so. Let's check in.
Oh, I don't need any proof of attendance. Especially from you guys. That's interesting. Pass the can, more help. Anyway, last time I did it, that definitely was I'll go to the next one for you too, because but they had them like 24 hours a day, which was cool. I know they're kind of like lessening again just because. Well, here we go. This one has the whole page, the AA online meeting general page. And that's an intergroup. Okay, cool. But I thought that would be good for you guys because it's online in the pandemic. Well, they even have a global chat. Interesting. Thursday at 6:30. What does that mean? It starts like right now. Did I try to show? Did you come into the class? There was 2 people that day. When we
tried to join another Zoom meeting.
Yeah. Were you here that day?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, just making sure it's an open meeting and usually oh. I don't remember if they put that into their schedule or not. Let's see the next one. Yeah, so you almost saw one. You almost had that assignment done. We should have just like sat through it and watched, but there's only one person who showed up that day. Big and good meetings are kind of nice because they've got, lots and lots. I think it's because I'm using this weird browser. You ever use this? It's a Bing search, and it's
I hate Bing.
and that might be what it is. Because last time, like when I was in Chrome, it just popped right up. But now here we go. So Monday, you said Friday. I'm gonna find you Friday. Noon. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, noon. You can even call in. So if you like, you want to write the number down or meeting ID. So yeah, I was going to say, if you take a picture of it that way, shoot. Oh, they do have a password. Yeah, so a lot of them are making sure to be good. Bing is terrible. I hate this. So it'll probably just be like an empty room, but let's see if it goes anywhere. So that does have a, yeah, you gotta, oh, they don't let you copy paste it. I hate that. God.
Yeah, that's mine. I wonder what it was. Is that for now?
It's actually for noon every day, so it would be even like tomorrow-ish. For you tomorrow. That's weird though. Huh. So yeah, as you can see, like you will find something. Virtual NA and AA meetings. Was that just where I was? Yeah, I just wanted to get you something because I feel like you're maybe the last one out there. So just writing up that assignment so you're cruising along. Are your other classes? So do you think you'll do okay in the speech class?
I don't know.
Really? Are they like
Yeah.
tough?
I missed like 3 quizzes.
Oh.
He doesn't play. I'm used to things being due at 11:59. His assignments I always do like 1 in the afternoon.
What?
Like, how am I supposed to remember? And he doesn't, like, once you miss the assignment, that's it. That's
Really?
it.
So he won't let you.
Yeah, he said it's not fair to the others.
Right. I get that. I used to I say I take off late points, so you're gonna have late
Yeah,
points.
that's the least he can do. If I can't go back and work on it, then I might as well fail the class.
Well, yeah, because then you have to either withdraw this month and like retake it, or yeah, those. So maybe just write a message like, "Is it better if I?"
He didn't respond.
Really?
Yeah, and I had his class today.
But you think you could turn it around and just like hammer it out, like just do it?
Yeah, hopefully it'll balance out.
Okay, cool. Because we're right.
I can't afford to fail anything since I'm at the end now.
I know you don't want to. That's the. I've actually been streaming for 43 minutes. That's crazy. I may finish that other PowerPoint next week if that's okay with you, because I am checked out.